Once upon a time, a boy and girl named Hansel and Gretel lived with their father and stepmother in the forest. The father was not enough because the country was very poor and only a few people had money to buy wool, so there was almost nothing to eat at home. We have to get rid of the children. Hansel and Gretel here one night. It was the stepmother who continues. Abandon them in the forest. They will find to sleep and what to eat. The father, of course, didn't want, but the stepmother insisted, and he finally agreed. When they were so far that it was impossible to remember how to go back, the father said, "Stay here while we pick up some wool." But night time came, and their parents hadn't come back. "Don't worry," Hansel told Gretel. "Tomorrow we'll find our way back."
And so it was. Following the little pebbles, they got back to the house. The father was happy, but the stepmother wasn't. So, some days later, when they became hungry again, the woman insisted on abandoning the children in the forest again. Once again, the children heard the conversation. That night, Hansel tried to pick up pebbles again, but stepmother had hidden the door key and he couldn't open it. However, he had an idea. The following day, when they were leaving for the forest, he took a piece of bread and dropped little crumbs on the way. The same thing happened. The children were left alone. They lit a fire and slept next to it all night. The following morning, Hansel found out that the bears had eaten all of the crumbs. The siblings started to walk in the forest looking for a way out. They were lost for 2 days, when they found an enchanted little house. The roof was made of chocolates, the walls were made of cake, the windows of sugar, and the garden was full of delicious fruits and ice cream towers. Without giving it a second thought, Hansel and Gretel started to tree all they saw.
A sweet and kind lady came out of the beautiful and delicious candy house which Hansel and Gretel tasted. The sweet old woman, with a wrinkled face and obviously grey hair, with a welcoming smile, asked the children to come into her house to eat more. Once there, the lady served Hansel and Gretel all kinds of dishes and sweets that they could imagine were more delicious than the other. Hansel commented that they were lost because their stepmother and father wanted them to get lost in the forest because they were short of money. Gretel, remembering it, let out a couple of whimpers. The old woman, so moved by the children and the great affection she developed in just a few minutes with them, made her ask them to stay with her. Hansel and Gretel gladly and gratefully accepted, but where that they know is that they had helped the sweet old woman's heart.